Hey everybody, it's your old pal Steve Moore here, owner of runmoore, this fabulous brick and mortar running shop located in Westminster, Maryland. Got a big shoe review today. It's the Brooks Adrenaline 25 coming out in November of 2025. Honestly, for us, we carry a ton of shoes here, but the Adrenaline is always one of our most popular shoes that we carry, whether for people looking for a stability option for running, somebody looking for a nice work shoe, somebody looking for just an everyday walking shoe, or even a gym shoe. This shoe sort of encompasses what a lot of people think of when they're thinking of like an everyday training shoe from a run shop like ours. So stay tuned. We're going to go into some of the updated changes on the new Adrenaline 25, some things we like, some things we don't like. But if you want to stay tuned until the end, we'll tell you how you can save 10% on this shoe. We'll ship it out for free. And if you haven't already, do me a favor and like and subscribe to our channel. It's a fun, free, easy way to support our shop. So the Adrenaline 25, obviously this shoe has been around a long time. How long? In fact, Brooks made a silver version of the Adrenaline 25 with a couple different unique twists on this option just to sort of separate it out from the rest, but to show you how long this shoe has been in their rotation and honestly how important it is for the brand. Like as a longtime runner, I remember running Adrenalines a million years ago and seeing the iteration and how much it's come down and changed has been really cool. And like a couple years ago, they made some big adjustments to the shoe. If you go back a long way, the Adrenaline used to be just a medial support shoe, and then they added the lateral guide rail. So now this shoe really is great for somebody who rolls inside or outside. I think that's been one of the reasons why people have gravitated towards the Adrenaline, is that for pretty much anything that's going on with your foot, like this shoe is gonna try to help balance you out. And that has stayed true with the Adrenaline for a long time, and adding the lateral support just gave it more reason to be pulled for people. One of the big changes that we did see on this update, like that I wanted to get into right away, is the fit is better. I think the fit was one thing that held the Adrenaline back like for a little bit of time, is that I guess we always just rounded people up in both size and width. That was one thing that just felt like the Adrenaline, compared to a lot of the other Brooks shoes, was always just lagging. And now I feel like the version 25, they made a nice adjustment to make sure that it fit truer to size like a lot of the other Brooks shoes. So if you're somebody who's just naturally rounding up on the Adrenaline, you might be okay staying in your standard width. A couple other things that we noticed right away on the change of the shoe is they lowered the drop just a little bit. The Adrenaline was always one of the highest drop shoes we had. The old school guy was a 12 millimeter drop shoe, and we lowered it just 2 millimeters to 10 millimeter drop. Also added 2 millimeters of cushion to it, and what that did was just add a pinch of weight. So on my size 12s here, we were 11.5 ounces in version 24, and we are 12 ounces in a version 25. So nothing crazy, but it should be noted. Add a little cushion, added a little bit of weight. I think one of the other things that, I don't know, we've almost gotten a little bit tied here with some of the Brooks stuff, because like when I first looked at this Adrenaline, when I first popped it out, I thought I grabbed a Glycerin GTS. Like they changed, like even the uppers and such, a lot of them now are starting to look the same. You know, the Glycerin was the first time that you did a nitrogen infused midsole, and now you see it on a lot of their stuff. So like there's been some things that have sort of bled from model to model, and maybe it's just the way they're trying to keep things more consistent on your cushion levels and your stability railings and all that stuff to like make it a little bit easier for the consumer. But I don't know, I kind of liked that there's a little bit more differentiation between each model. So like you could identify specifically walking in the door, that's a Ghost, that's an Adrenaline, and they're starting to kind of all, even like the colors, you can start to see a lot of them. They're starting to feel like a lot of the similarities between them. But as far as the Adrenaline and like, is it successful in what it's trying to do? This is a mid-cushion, everyday stability shoe. So as I mentioned, we have walkers, runners, gym people, people looking for a work shoe. It's a shoe that Brooks makes in a ton of colors and a ton of widths. And honestly, we take advantage of all those. There are so many people that work in like a local hospital that's like, I need this shoe in turquoise to match my scrubs. Well, guess what? Brooks makes it that color. Like they've done a great job of making this shoe so ubiquitous about the people by giving a lot of variety and options. And like, I think one of the things that we're always worried about when a shoe that's this popular, that needs this much stability, when they try to make it softer, is if you lose some of the stability that the shoe provides. Because at the end of the day, like adding the cushion and stuff is great, but for a lot of people, this is a must-have type of shoe because they have pronation issues, because they're dealing with plantar fasciitis, because they need the drop for Achilles issues. Like there's a lot of medical reasons why the shoe needs to stay stable, but there's also the functionality that people are always looking for softer things. It's just the nature of what we're doing. doing now is there's that I want soft, but I also have foot issues and like trying to kind of weave that in. And I think they added the cushion and it is just a pinch softer. Like I've had some talks with staff here that feel like it's not quite as stable as it used to be, but quite honestly, I've run in both. I'm wearing 2 different shoes now. I've done a bunch in 2 different shoes. I feel like it's a little bit softer. I don't think you've lost any of the stability. Like I'm not that worried about that. One thing that I will say, like if I was trying to find some things that I didn't love about this shoe, I think like in this family, a mid-cushion stability shoe that I want to go run in, not for every day, because quite frankly, like this shoe is going to be on my foot a lot walking around the shop. I do a lot of steps in here. I have some foot stuff going on. Like I love a nice stability shoe for just popping around. And this shoe is great for that. But if I'm going running, there's probably other things that I would like in this category. First, like I wish they would have, while they made a lot of like visual characteristics that look very similar between the Glycerin GTS and just the Adrenaline, the midsoles are not quite the same. This is a DNA tuned, so it feels a little more fluid when you run to it. Like you can kind of feel the different way that the shoe operates going through your gait cycle, where this is not. This is just a consistent midsole around the way, and I found it just to be a little sluggish when I was running in it. I will also say like the midsole itself is just not overly poppy. It's soft, it feels nice, but like I definitely couldn't run super quick in this. There's stuff like the new Asics GT 2000 and such that has a more performance midsole while still offering the stability, and I just don't have it in here. So I would still lean this shoe more towards like an everyday walking stability shoe. Obviously people are gonna run in it, but I think if I was just running it and I wanted to go run some serious miles in it at like a quick tempo, probably not the first one I'm getting. The other shoes that I'm mentioning, like the Asics GT 2000, I'm probably not wearing in here all day because it feels like a runner. So I guess making sure you know what you're hoping to get out of this shoe. Are you looking for be more stability, walking, foot health, maybe doing some miles in it? Awesome. If you're like, I want to go run a marathon PR and I'm going to go out there and do some speed work, this probably might not be your jam, but I think there's enough positive stuff in this and just enough updates from what we saw in version 24 to 25 that make it better, that you should feel good picking up a 25 versus hunting down the interwebs for an old version of 24. That's just my thought. And while we're on the topic of sort of negative things, the price went up. And quite frankly, like don't be shocked to see a lot of your favorite shoes the next couple months going up in price. We are now seeing brands changing price one day to the next on shoes that are even already out to market. So the Adrenaline went from $140 to $150, just be prepared. But if you wanted to save 15 bucks on this shoe, and we'll ship it out for free, if you enter promo code WATCHMORE, WATCHMOORE, one word, at the link down below, you'll save 10%. We'll ship it out for free. And hey, guess what? If you find yourself in the greater Westminster, Maryland area, stop on by and say hello. There's a good chance you'll catch me while I'm here. Happy running, happy fall running, and as always, we'll see you around town. Thank you so much. Thanks so much for watching. Click the videos on the screen to learn more about some related content.